Hello everybody and welcome back to the Caravan Crafter. My name is Anne-Marie and I am a Stampin' Up demonstrator based in the UK. Today I'm going to talk about these little tins that can be purchased from the August-December mini catalogue, which goes live on the 4th of August. They're handy little tins and I am going to decorate them as a Christmas gift. Here's a quick look at the front of the August-December catalogue, and you can go over to my shop and see all the items that can be found in it. So the tins are 3 3/4 inches wide and 1 1/4 inch deep. Easy pull off lid, and the top part is clear, so if you want to leave it open you can see the little gifts inside. I think this window makes an excellent shaker window, which is what I've done on to decorate this tin, using the snow front stamp set also. As you can see, there's a little lip on the inside of this tin. This will be perfect to put the backing of my shaker window on. It's about 3 mil, so reasonably small sequins will fit in there just fine. So I've drawn a 3.5 inch circle on a piece of cardstock, and that is the area that I'm going to decorate, and it'll sit inside the window. I'm using smoky slate, seaside spray and misty moonlight. Stamp set that I've chosen is the Snowflake Wishes. I wanted to have a nice simple card, and there's a lovely little elegant sentiment there that I'd like to use. So taking one of last year's in colours is the Seaside Spray. I'm going to put a few snowflakes on there. I do like icy, frosty Christmas colours. My sentiment is going to be in Misty Moonlight, and I think this one fits brilliantly. It says, "May your season sparkle," and as I'm going to put sequins inside the shaker card, I think it's really quite fitting. Now it's adding a little bit more, 2 more snowflakes in, using the smoky slate. I was testing to see how dark it would be and whether it would be worth stamping off first, but it was a little bit too light, so I've just gone with the full colour. Now I'm going to cut this out with a stitched circle die. And inside the tin I'm using the foam adhesive strips just so I can stick my background to them. Find you can get one whole strip around the tin, just on the outside of the window, and they're height wise they're about the same as the window, which is really handy. They're quite easy to mould and bend around, fit brilliantly, and as you can see it was just a little bit short, so I had to put a small spare piece on there. Just going to give the inside of the window a little wipe over with an embossing buddy just to prevent static build up when the sequins are in there. You may notice an odd little buzz going on during this video. I've now realised there was an issue with my headphones. Hopefully we should have 2 more of that. Pop in some silver sequins into the window. I put far too many in, so I had to take them all out again, and a few of them have got stuck. You don't want to put too much in there, otherwise you won't be able to see the beautifully decorated image that you've got on the inside of it. Just peeling off the backing to the foam adhesive strips. Really easy to use these, and then just taking my stamped image and stick that on to the strips. They hold quite well, and I've left the circles just a little bit smaller than the tin, so when you put it back on the base it fits snugly, and the base will go down the side of the cardstock. So I'm really pleased with this. I do prefer this to the other tin, and I have just a person in mind to give this as a little Christmas gift. Now we have to turn our attention to the side of the tin. As I said, this is about 1.25 inches in depth, but you don't want to take the band that goes around all the way up to the top of the tin, because when the lid then goes on, it could tear it. Papers I've chosen are the Snowflake Splendor Designer Series paper. I was tempted by this, I think, specific point and misty moonlight in this one. Something a little bit different, almost sort of a watercolour. So the strip I've cut is 7/8 of an inch. And it's a 12 by 12 sheet of DSP, so it's 12 inches long by 7/8 wide. Handy using the right hand side of the trimmer there for the smaller pieces. You can just take it up to the 7/8 and cut it. You don't end up getting your fingers stuck then, because you're quite away from the cut. So now I'm going to take some double-sided tape and put it on the back side of my DSP. It's probably the easiest way I've found to adhere the sort of band around the tin. It holds quite well. Just going to trim the edges off. Made the mistake of picking up my new scissors to do this, so made sure when I finish this video I'm going to give them a good clean to take off any of the sticky adhesive, as though not to ruin them. So I've put the lid back on the tin to give me a guide to follow while putting the belly band on. Just peel back the first part of the double-sided tape and make sure it's stuck fast on the end, and then as you go, gently pull it back a little bit, press it down into place, and then keep pulling the backing off gradually as you go round. It fits fairly simply, and I hadn't quite noticed here that as I was going round I was gently pulling the lid off and I was being a bit too firm. So as you see, when I check it and line it up, I've managed to put it on unevenly. So quickly took it off, only because I did this so quickly I think was I able to get it back off again, and just give it a little tweak, this time holding the lid firmly in place so I didn't pull it off, and following round as a guide. Now you can't quite get all the way around with the DSP. It's just over 12 inches for the circumference of this tin, which was very surprising considering it looked like a small tin. So what I've done, I'm going to put some ribbon around it, which is the metallic ribbon. It's in the Seaside Spray to coordinate. And the little gap, I'm going to decorate that with a little something. So I'm going to take the Stitch So Sweetly dies, and I'm using the smallest element from this set, which I'm going to die cut out and to cover the little gap in the Designer Series paper around the edge there. I'm going to take some of my scrap pieces of Whisper White cardstock. Fits just about. I'm going to cut out this shape. After thinking about it, I thought it might look a little strange with just one die cut on the side of the tin, so I've done a few more. I'm going to spread them out evenly around the edge of the tin. I've gone back to the Snowflake Wishes stamp set, and I'm just looking for a fairly small snowflake to decorate these die cuts with. I do like this one, but it's just a little bit too big for the area that I've got. So I've gone back and used smaller one that I'd used on the previous tin. I'm now just taking some Misty Moonlight and stamping the small snowflake onto the die cut shapes. I had to slightly do this off camera as I couldn't see clearly enough where I was stamping. In hindsight, I probably would have stamped the image and then die cut it. It was easier to position the die around a stamped image, and then you know you're not going to be off centre when stamping. On this tin I wanted to add a little bit of ribbon. I do love this metallic ribbon, which you can get from our annual catalogue at the moment, and this is in Seaside Spray. So you know we need just over 12 inches to go around the tin, and I'm going to adhere it with the mini glue dots. I've just noticed I've actually got Seaside Spray tying my glue dots up. So yeah, clearly like this ribbon. So starting at the join, going around, and I just put a few dots just to hold it in place, trying to make sure it's level, and I'm putting the dots in the centre of the band there as we go round. Yeah, just positioning the die cut shapes, working out exactly where I want to put the other two. I'm going to use a Tombow glue to adhere these, as I think they'll hold on a little bit better with that. I was quite generous with the Tombow, but I really didn't want to come off. Normally less is more with this stuff, but as I was sticking onto ribbon and it was an undulating surface, I thought it'd probably be best just put a little bit extra on there. Better to be safe, especially if you're giving something as a gift. You don't want it to fall off once the recipient's only had it for a few days. Well, there we have it. One lovely little round tin decorated with a shaker top. Really, really pleased with this, actually. Obviously, you can decorate this for all occasions. I've just chose Christmas as it was the papers I particularly like at the time. And here is my other tin that we've got with the Snowfront stamp set used to decorate. Again, using the Snowflake Splendor DSP on the side of both tins. So if you've enjoyed what you've seen and you'd like to see more of these videos, please leave a comment in the subscriptions and I will get something to you. I am Anne-Marie, the Caravan Crafter. If you'd like any of the products, obviously the catalogue goes live on the 4th of August. Please go to my shop at thecaravancrafter.stampinup.net and hopefully you'll be able to have these fabulous products in your home very, very soon. Okay, everybody enjoy your day. Thank you.